Hey, everybody. Welcome to another amazing segment of the Black Girl Encourage Her. I am so excited to be back here with you all because listen, I missed you. I missed you since last week, but we are back this week and I've got another gem with you and I want to introduce her. Let me go ahead and bring her to the stage. Without further ado, I'd like you all to meet Lisa. Hey girl, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I am blessed. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Listen, I don't know much about you. So please introduce yourself to all of us.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I am Lisa Stringer Bailey. I'm the owner of Triple M Money Management Matters. I am a financial educator and a money motivator. I
Ooh,
educate women on how to make more money, how to save more money, and most importantly, honey, how to protect the money. And I
yes,
help protect money with life insurance. I'm a life insurance agent here in the state of Georgia. And so I educate on the different aspects of life insurance, how it can be for living benefits, not only for death benefits, for all types of benefits. Because life insurance is one of those things that we don't want to talk about, right? Because it links to death. But how many of us know we all gonna die one day? So
mhm.
I try to make it easier for the families to make sure it's incorporated into their money. And with the money management, I kind of coach on how to manage your money better because I found that a lot of families don't have life insurance because they think they can't afford it, right? Or
Mhm.
they can't get it into their budget. So that's why I come in with the financial coaching to show them how they can manage their money better, manage their money more effectively, save more money, right? So we need to be more saving oriented, and then how to make sure they do have the life insurance in place.
I love it. Listen, we about to have us a blessed conversation. We about to talk about money, 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 money. And I think this is such an important conversation.
Mhm.
So, this being the Black Girl Encourage Her. Lisa, give us some words of encouragement for women and money. What would you say
Mm.
if a woman was standing in front of you? What kind of encouragement would you give her about money?
Wow, that's rich. That's a good question because a lot of times I've found with some of my clients that we feel inferior when it comes to
Mhm.
money because it's already out. It's a fact that women get paid less than men
Come on.
anyway,
Come
right?
on.
So we feel like we can't, I guess, manage our money because we don't have that much to manage. But
Mm,
I try to inspire, encourage women to enhance their skill set. Okay. I know they say men get paid more, but in reality, we can get paid more, but we got to put in the work. We got
mhm.
to put in the work. We got to quit shrinking ourselves, thinking that that's what it is. So that's what it is, but it's not because we got to be able to move forward, enhance our skills, speak up for ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that I found for myself is I was muted. I'm actually an introvert. From
Mhm.
childhood, I've been muted. From my childhood, the old adage of be seen and not heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I never talked. But as I got older and I started educating myself on this, especially in finances and money, I realized that I got to speak up for myself. I got to let people know what I'm worth. Know your value, ladies, right? Let them know that I'm educated. I went to the same 4-year college MBA that this man did, right? And then know the information, know the statistics, know the value of what the men are being paid, and then you come in with that same value.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all about the education. Educate yourself, ladies. Be confident in what you know and what you can do and what your skill set is. And then use that. Use that. Speak up for yourself. So it's a lot of times it's just the speaking, the confidence, that knowing that you are valuable. And you are more than just, a stay-at-home mom, or you're more than just um having children. All that is good, all that is fantastic, but the financial value, if you in the workplace, know your financial value. Okay. And then even if you are a stay-at-home mom, that's valuable as well, because I think
Look at those skills, right?
it's something out there on the internet that says how much a mother is worth, and it's like hundreds. It's a six-figure job, right?
Yes, come on.
Know that, believe that, grab that, embrace that, and know your value. That's your encouragement, I think.
I love it. I love it. And you know what, Lisa? It brought me back to a moment in time. And maybe you can shed a little light on this because you touched upon it as far as telling women to educate themselves about their value.
Hmm.
Once upon a time, I remember going for a job. Right,
Yeah.
I was being introduced. It wasn't an actual interview. It was like an informational session. But from the informational session, I was actually um, offered the job.
Hmm.
But my downfall was I didn't know what the value was. I didn't know what the salary for that position would or should be.
Hmm.
And oftentimes, I think that many of us, when we are seeking jobs, we just go in with the mindset of whatever you give me, I'll be just
Hmm.
satisfied, right? I'll
Yeah.
just take whatever it is. And we never stop to evaluate what our potential is valued at or would or should be valued at in a corporate space. So
Right.
what kind of advice would you tell someone who never has ever done it before?
Hmm.
What were some tips or some guidance that you would tell someone to prepare themselves before the job interview?
Right. So what I would say is, um, connect with someone that's already doing it.
Hmm.
If you know what you want to do, you know what field you're in, you possibly or should know someone that's in that same field, right? So connect with them, reach out to them, build a relationship, and then start asking them questions.
Yeah.
A lot of time people don't want to tell you what they make,
Hmm.
but you can ask questions around so you can get an idea,
Yeah.
right? And then, if you're bold enough, again, speak up for yourself. Go ahead and ask them. What do you make? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, I always put that.
Right.
If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you make? And this is probably easier if it's someone outside of the company. In that same company, you don't want to probably ask that question. But find someone in a different company.
Yeah.
So it won't feel like it's a competition thing. But get around like-minded people
Mhm.
that's doing the same thing you're doing, and ask the questions. Secondly, I would say do your online research. It's companies, websites out there that would give you it's a simple Google.
Yeah.
What salary should I be making if I got this much experience in this particular job? Narrow it all down, and Google will give you some information. I'm trying to think of the website that I go to. A lot of the websites that you go to find jobs will
I
have
think
information.
Glassdoor, Indeed,
Yes,
they also have salary. I don't know if they call them
yes,
salary trackers or
yes,
calculators or something of that nature. So you can
exactly.
get a range, and that's how I would answer somebody if they were to come to
Yes,
me and ask me. You don't have to tell them your exact dollar amount, but you
right.
can give them a range, a
Yes,
roundabout. But it is
yes,
about connecting and guiding people, and like I said, finding those people who are doing something similar. And
yes.
so at least this way you've got a landing page, you've got a foundation for your feet to be on. So I think
Mhm,
that's great advice for anyone because we got to start shifting our minds.
mhm.
We can't just
Absolutely.
go in unarmed. So the things we're concerned with is the days off. Well, how many days off you going to give me? That is actually the least of your your worries. Your major focus should be on your compensation as far as what are the benefits that you're going to take in for you exchanging your time, your
Mhm.
expertise, your skill sets. So we want to make certain that we are asking the right questions, but we've got
Yes.
to break that mold. We've got
Yes.
to break that mold where we just accept whatever's put on the table, and that's that. And I
Mhm.
remember this job in particular, when I was at this informational session, I met with HR, and she basically said to me, like, this is it. This is what the salary is. It was like a take it or leave it. But we get into this desperate mentality where we're just wanting the opportunity. We just want the position. So we say yes. And I
Mhm.
think it's high time that we start to take our control back. So
Yes.
I love those tips. Now, I want to keep in the same vein. I want us to stay with shifting people's minds. So everyone
Mm.
who's watching, now you're getting armed with how to go in the door, how to know your value.
Mhm.
What would you say that could be some words of encouragement, some words of advice for anyone for their financial relationship, or we can say their relationship with money?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The relationship, yes. When you talk about the mindset, now we got to get to the mindset of saying and of knowing that money in you or money in your finances is a relationship. I
Mhm.
say this all the time. This is one thing I say in my coaching program is you got to have a date with your money. Okay? Just like you having a date with your honey boo, your boo thing, your husband, your significant other, honey, whatever. You make a date with your money. You put it in your calendar. Okay, so you
Mhm.
can have an alert because that's your relationship. You got to spend time with it. You got to be able to tell your money where to go. That's what a budget is. A lot of people don't like to call it a budget, and you don't have to. I call it a money plan. I sit down at my date with my money, and we planning. We planning what we doing. We planning what bills we're paying. We're planning what utilities we're paying. We're planning what savings, what money amount of money I'm putting in savings, and the amount of money I'm putting toward my vacation. All these type of things. But it's that mindset shift, right? That you have to say, okay, I gotta have a relationship with my money because if I don't, my money is leaving me,
Mhm.
right? Think about it like a husband and wife relationship.
Yeah.
Once you get married, if you don't continue to date, if you don't continue to love and love on that person and spend time with that person, that person's gonna leave you,
Yeah.
you know, or they're gonna be talking about leaving you. So it's just the same with your money. Your money is leaving out through all these holes and leaks and things. And I don't know if you all have ever heard of, I just got paid and I don't know where my money is.
Yes.
If you have
Yes.
said that to yourself, then you need to have a relationship with your money. You're not sitting down with your money. You're not loving on your money. You're not telling your money where to go. So it's so important that you get that mindset, get that realization, that reality, that acknowledgement that I got to spend some time with my money. I got to sit down. I got to write it down. Whatever it takes, I got to pay attention to it. Make it a priority
Come
in your
on.
lifestyle. A lot of us get paid on Friday, and I was there too. I was there too. I'm a witness. Get paid on Friday. The first thing we want to do is run out to the happy hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now is that a priority, or should I be making that same time I'm at the happy hour
Yeah.
my date with my money time?
Mm.
So I can tell my money where to go. So I can see if I got money for happy hour.
Come
If I
on.
can see if all my bills are paid, if I got money in savings, if I got money in investment, if I got money paying my life insurance policy, if my
Yeah.
kids is good, if my mom and them good, whatever, before I go to happy hour.
Come on. I love it. Listen, Lisa is setting y'all free because I know she's setting me free. She breaking those shackles off of my ankles, and it's good. And I think it's a conversation that we have to have on a regular basis. Now,
Yes.
I am in the wellness space, so I always talk a lot about well being. And a lot of people are comfortable when we talk about well being as far as your physical health. So
Mhm.
getting your body in order, eating the right way, getting your physical activity, oh, that's comfortable for people because we're accustomed to having that conversation. And even now we get all up into the mind and we talk about the mindset shift and protecting your mental health and well-being. I think we're growing a more accustomed to that conversation as well.
Mhm.
But ain't nobody talking about money. All we
Right.
say is that we need it and we need it, and we become like that hamster in the wheel, going after it, seeking after it, leaving one job to the next job, all for that the love of that money.
Mhm.
So, what
Mhm.
would you tell us to keep us getting that shift? Like keep talking to us because I think we need to hear it more. So
Mhm.
what would be some of the first steps you would say to us in making that shift to having a better relationship with our money outside of the dating it, the planning? Like what would you tell somebody brand spanking new to do? Give us the to-do list.
Well, number one thing I would say is acknowledge it. A lot of times we can't fix
Hmm.
what we haven't acknowledged.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, we got to say this is something that's wrong. And
Yes.
I got just like with the health. We know we're overweight. We know the doctor done told us we got to stop eating all this sugar. We got to stop eating all these fats. But what do? We still eat it and stuff
Mm.
because we haven't acknowledged it. We haven't said, well, I have an eating problem or I'm overweight. We got to tell ourselves that. So it's the same with your money. You have to be able to say, I have a money problem. I have a spending problem. I
Yes.
have, I'm not doing well with my money. I don't know where my money's going. So I would say, after you acknowledge it with the mind, start listening. Be careful what you listen to. I know when I was going through my transformation with my money, I had a lot of naysayers, those people in your ear, those friends that you used to go to happy hour with, right?
Mm, come
Even my
on.
family member, my mama now,
Yeah.
let's be honest, I didn't grow up with a mother, a family that was saying save, save, save. I grew up with let's spend, spend, spend. We up in the mall every weekend. So
Mm-hmm.
even with my mama, she liked to go shopping. She want me to go with her. I'm like, Ma, I can't. I can't. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to save 6 months worth of expenses in a savings account for emergency fund. Because
Mm-hmm.
this is what I have heard. You got to start listening to financial gurus, financial experts, financial advisors. Listen, even if it's your bank, most people
Yes.
got a bank person that they go to, and that bank person would tell you, would you like to open a savings account today? I worked in the bank for 17 years, so that was one of the things. Would you like to open a savings account today? And when you hear that, you automatically want to say no, because I
Right.
ain't got no money. But instead of that, you need to be saying, you know what? Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
do. Yes, I want to save money. It's all about also the positive thinking, speaking, not only thinking and hearing, but speaking it. I want to do better with my money. I want to save more money. I want to be able to look at my account and see a certain amount in there that I have saved, right? I don't want to have to think about if I do want something special, if I do want to treat myself, on a rare occasion, that I ain't even got to think about it. I got the
Mm-hmm.
money in the bank and I ain't got to use credit. And that's another whole issue.
Come on.
But I ain't got to use credit because I know the money is there. But it's all a part of taking the steps to get to that point.
Yes, I love it. Now, you mentioned about not having that upbringing, right?
Right.
With learning certain things. And a lot of times we like to blame it on mama and daddy and them,
Mm.
but we as adults, we get to redefine where we're
Mm.
going to go, especially as it pertains to our money goals.
You're right.
What would you say was your turning point? Your pivotal moment that said, you know what? It's time for a shift. I gotta move from here to there.
Ooh, honey. So many things. So
Mhm.
many things. Again, like I said, I was in the financial industry, in banking, have a degree in finance and accounting, and I too had a financial problems. I had a
Right.
spending problem. I was in
Yes.
$30,000, over $30,000 worth of debt.
Mm-hmm.
So the turning point was when my father passed away. This was the
Mm-hmm.
turning point.
Mm-hmm.
And I had, and then 2 months later, my sister passed away. So those was the first two, and then at that point, I was had a real conversation with God because if y'all don't know, when somebody passed away, you have to have money to
Right.
take care of the end of life expenses, to take care of the funeral, the transporting of the body from the hospital to the funeral home. It's a whole thing. It's a whole business, and things I didn't even know. But because I was the oldest child, I had to take care of it. And then found out my father did not have life insurance. Okay. Then my sister did not have life insurance. Okay. So after two instances, I got to speaking to God because it's like, what's going on here? We don't think about it. We don't want to think about it. We don't prepare for it. So God told me this is one of the problems that his people, that us here on earth is having. We're not prepared. We're not only prepared spiritually for
Come on.
death, that's a whole nother broadcast, but we are not prepared financially. We don't have the insurance in place. We don't have no money saved because I had no money saved,
Mm.
nothing that I could draw from to help put my father away decently, to have a funeral, all the things. I just did not have the money. No one in my family had the money. So the whole GoFundMe thing. I didn't do a GoFundMe, but I figured it out. But this is what I was seeing: the GoFundMe pages, the begging and pleading at the
Mhm.
church.
Yeah.
Can you give me? Can you lend
Yeah.
me? Can you let us have? We don't have the money. Can you do it for free? Can you do the hole in the ground for free?
Mhm.
No, they
Nobody.
ain't trying to
Nobody.
hear no free.
Yes.
These
Yes.
people want to get paid. They want money. So that was a very pivotal turning point for me when I said something's got to change. I should not have to beg, borrow, and plead
Come
from
on.
anyone to bury my father, a
Mm.
loved one, any loved one. So that's when I got to studying, I got to thinking, I got to listening, I got to researching, and found out that I can have a life insurance. Life insurance is a business. So I got my license and prayed about it, and then God told me this is what you need to do. You need to minister to people, tell the word, educate. This is what I need you to do. So that's why I got started in life insurance. And then when I started talking to people, trying to tell people about it, I found out, well, people don't have it because number one, they're not educated on it, like I just said, and number two, they can't afford it, or they think they
That's
can't
what they
afford
said.
it.
Come on. There
That's
you
what
go.
they say.
There
They
you
think
go.
they can't afford it. And
Yes.
so when something happens, when someone dies unexpectedly, that's why the GoFundMe pages is out there. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they don't have money. They borrowing and begging and pleading.
Yeah.
And it's not, what God wants for us. It's not what God wants. He wants us to be more prepared
Yes.
for things like this. So that was a big turning point. And then it wasn't a few years later that my mother died and my other sister died. So I've had death all through my life with these issues. And I was just like, this can't be right. I have got to do something about it. And I have, and I'm hoping and praying that I'm doing, what the Lord has asked me to do. But I want to make the point that it's so important to to get this in your budget or your money plan, or something, something. Don't let something have to happen
Mm-hmm.
before you realize that this is something that you need to manage your money better, that you need to invest, that you need the life insurance.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And I too have become a big advocate for life insurance because of death.
Hmm.
Because the worst thing in the world is to be in debt, to go
Mm.
in debt and have to pay that bill
Yeah.
monthly
Yeah.
because you're in debt from burying your loved one.
Yeah.
No one wants that hard, hanging over their head. So to prepare and to plan, and that is why the people are perishing, because they are
Mm-hmm.
not prepared. They are not
Exactly.
planning and getting things in order. So
Mm-hmm.
I need you to talk to that individual who says, Lisa, I don't have it. I just don't have the money to invest, to put into life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say that. Like you hit that right out the
Yep.
park. But I need you to run and get them. I need you to go tap them on the shoulder. What would you say to someone who says, well, I just can't afford life insurance?
Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna ask them is why. Why you think you can't afford it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a reality or is it in your thinking? Do you think you can't afford it
Come
or
on.
do you actually can't afford it? Now
Mm-hmm.
it's a big difference, and you can decipher between, if somebody's not working, they may be on disability or they're not working because they're in between jobs, whatever. Then that's I can't afford it. May be the truth. But
Mm-hmm.
if you are a full time working person, been working for years, you've been in your position for a good amount of time, you making good money, 50, let's just say 50, 60, 70, $80,000, then you might just think you can't afford it. So I kind of get that, the difference between which person I'm really talking to. And then I say, well, let's take a look at what you're spending.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You really, a lot of times people don't want to be that open book about what they're really spending their money on.
Yes.
Okay, as a financial coach, that's what I have to bring out of people. I have to really seriously let them take a look at what they're spending their money on. You
Mm.
have to see it. You can't just think it. You can't just see like, well, I think I pay this and this and this on this and this and this. No,
Yeah,
you got
I'm
to
guilty, Lisa.
see
You
it.
talking to me. You talking to me.
Honey, yes, I understand. You got to see it though. And when
Yes.
you start writing that down, and that's why I did the planner. If you start writing it down, looking at it, actually, again, spending quality time with where your money is going, you'll be able to see some leaks. You'll be able to see the things that's necessary and the things that's unnecessary. Okay. I know a lot of times people say they got to have a little something special that they like to spend their money on, their guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
That's all fine. I have a guilty pleasure as well. We got to have that. We're human. But we sometimes, if we look at how much of the guilty pleasure that you
Mm-hmm.
are spending your money on, then you can think, okay, if I'm spending, let's just give a quick number, $100 a paycheck on my guilty pleasure, well, can I bump that down to 50?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? So these are questions I'm asking. Well, let's see. What would happen if you bumped it down to 50? Then you got $50 to work with. You got 50 extra dollars now that you didn't already have, that you didn't think you had. Come on
Yeah.
now. What
Come
can you do with
on.
that $50?
Yeah. Yeah.
That could go towards so many other different things, toward that better money management, toward that savings, toward that life insurance. Let's just break it down. It's all a part of just breaking it down to
Yes.
the bare minimum. Pull out that bank statement. Oh, I
Mm.
don't get paper statements. Okay, well, let's open up the app.
Yes.
Open up the app. Everybody on the app. Let's open up the app, download it, and we're gonna go print it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's look, because we got to see this
We
bad
got to
boy.
see it. We got to see it. Then I grabbed some highlighters. I
Yeah.
said, let's start highlighting. What's going on right here? You know, used your debit card 5 times.
Mm. Lisa, why you talking to me
At,
so
at,
bad, girl? Why
at,
you
look,
talking to me so bad?
at the Quick Trip, okay?
Yes.
At the
Yes.
Dunkin' Donuts, at the Starbucks, wherever
Yes.
it's at. Y'all know where we be. Okay? But we don't realize it until we see it.
Yes. You're
So
talking
when
good.
people tell me that they can't afford it, I'm like, okay, let's
Hmm.
see why you can't afford it.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
simple
Oh,
question. Why? I want to
oh,
show me why you can't, you know? And then a
I
lot of
love it.
times I get a lot of pushback on that too because they don't want to tell me why. They got this block. They got
Yeah.
this privacy thing. Well, I don't want nobody knowing about my business, my
Mm,
money. But I don't want to because they don't. You don't want nobody to know what your guilty pleasures are.
come
You
on.
don't want nobody to know what you're wasting your money on,
Come on. Where your priorities lie.
where
Ooh,
your priorities lie.
come on.
Okay, but so I'd be like, well, when you're ready, I'm
Yeah.
here because I just want to help you. I'm the type of person that I'm not going to talk about you. I'm
Yeah.
not going to put you down. I'm not going to make you feel bad about your situation because guess what? I just said it. I was in the financial industry. I'm in the financial industry, and
Yes.
I had the same issues that you're having. That's
Yes.
why I'm here now
Mhm.
to be that person. I'm you.
Yeah.
I'm you. I am the one that said I couldn't afford life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Before I got educated, I had life insurance on my job.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another story. That's good, but you need a separate policy because
Okay.
if you lose your job, you lose that life
Yep.
insurance.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
my
And then
daddy had time on his job, but
yeah.
that was zero. It was out when he retired.
Wow.
You know, that's the things that they don't tell you. Yeah, you got life insurance now, but when you retire, you ain't got none. What you gonna do then?
Come
So
on.
people don't be thinking and understanding that. So yeah, it's just it's a lot, but I'm you. That's what I tell. I'm you.
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't afford it either, but now I can afford it and got 4 or 5 policies.
Come on. I love
So we got to get there. I can't get you from that I can't afford it to I can afford it and I
mhm.
have extras because that's
And
what God wants us to be. He wants us to
absolutely.
be blessed so we can bless others. That's my story. He's blessed me, so I bless others. Then He wants you to do the same. He
Mm-hmm.
wants you to live a blessed, abundant life. He don't want you struggling, living from paycheck to paycheck, and
Right.
saying I can't afford life insurance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it.
Yeah. Exactly. I love that. That was so good to me. Before I let you go, Lisa, we got a couple of things I still want to talk to you about. But first, let's because we always talk about life insurance and in people's mind it equates death. That's why
Hmm.
that stigma, that's why that block is there. But what
Yeah.
are some of the benefits that we could utilize life insurance for life?
Absolutely. So, along with a lot of life insurance policies, you can have what they call riders, which is
Mhm.
another like a product or another service that you can add onto the life insurance. One of them is long-term care. Okay. Say for instance,
Mhm.
you get into an accident, okay, you got to go into the hospital for 2, 3, 4 weeks. I know on most jobs you get 6 to 12 weeks uh, care to be off of your job if you are sick or whatever. But then you got to after that they're not obligated to pay you. So
Mhm.
if you're in a long term situation, long term illness, then you may have to be in the hospital or be under care longer and you can't go back to work. Well, this
Mhm.
long term care rider you can use while you're sick. You can tap into it. You can get money. If your job has exhausted the benefit that they're giving you a percentage of your pay, then you can tap into this long-term care policy that's attached to your life insurance. So
Wow.
that's one thing. Another thing is they have specific illnesses like cancer, stroke, heart attack. These riders as well, if you are diagnosed with cancer, they would give you a percentage of that death benefit. So say you had $100,000 policy. If you got a cancer diagnosis, you could possibly pull out $40,000 of
Wow.
that policy to take care of your medical needs, to take care of what your all the things that's happening with you for if you are dealing with cancer or the stroke or
Mhm.
the heart attack. So that's another thing. Another benefit is you can use, and it depends on what type of policies you have. As a whole life policy where you can use the cash value that's built up inside of the policy. You can pull it out for things such as your children's college fund, college education. You can pull the money out for a down payment on a home. You can
Mm-hmm.
pull the money out for to purchase a car, to purchase a business, to purchase real estate. It's a plethora of things that you can use that for. And then another awesome type of life insurance is called the annuity. An annuity is a type of life insurance that you can use where you will have guaranteed money coming to you in your retirement. Okay, so this is before death. This is while you're living, right?
Right.
Because one thing I want people to know too that really think that when they get 65 age for Social Security,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that they're gonna be living off Social Security, honey. They're gonna be living large.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah,
look, I hate to burst that bubble, but nah.
yeah. It's
Social
true.
Security ain't hot nothing. I mean, I
Yeah.
think the most people may be getting is $3,500 a month.
Wow.
Okay, but you may be used to living off $5,000 a month,
Yeah.
so it's a big difference. So you need something to supplement, and an annuity is one of those type of life insurance policies that you can get, and that money will come to you every month, like clockwork, just like Social Security, to help supplement that if that's all you have. So
Wow.
those are just a few of the benefits that you can get for living benefits, but it's several more.
I
But
love it.
definitely, when you sit down with me or a life insurance professional, they should be going over all these different things that's going to happen in your life, different scenarios that's going to happen in your life, so that you have an idea of what you may need in life insurance for the living. And then once you pass on, then that benefit of the death is for your family. So it's
All right.
both. You get the living and then you get the death benefit for your family.
You teaching us real, real good, and I love it. And people often think um, that life insurance is not a part of the money conversation, but it
Mm,
is,
it
because
is.
it is a way of, it's like the secret that other people have learned and have been passing, to their children and their children's children. It's about
Mhm,
living that legacy as far as this is how we use other people's money as opposed
mhm.
to always having to dip into our pockets, and they've grown
Absolutely.
successful from it. So we
Mhm.
have to start having that conversation about life insurance because there's so much more to it than the burial.
Exactly.
There's so much
Absolutely.
more to it. Now, like I
Absolutely.
said, you were teaching us really, really good. Share a little bit with us, a little bit more about your coaching program, because I
Okay.
want people to be well informed. I want them to be informed consumers. So tell us how you help us.
Okay, so with my coaching program is I do one-on-one coaching right
Mhm.
now, but I also do some group coaching, and my group coaching is mainly workshops. I get people together in a workshop format, and we just kind of talk through some things and bounce ideas off each other, share testimonials, share challenges, and things like that. But the
Mhm.
one-on-one is my passion because that's why I get to sit down one-on-one with you. We meet, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever your schedule allows. It's very tailored to your finances for sure, tailored to your finances, tailored to your schedule, tailored to your circumstances. Because with finances, it is so different for everybody.
Mhm.
But I am so open because I want to help as many people as I can. If I need to meet with you once a week, we do that. Every 2 weeks, I do that. Once a month, I do that. Just however you feel you need me. And I really stand as an accountability partner. Because just
Mhm.
like what I say, I ask people the questions. We go through a question and answer session, just a conversation like what me and you having. And
Yes.
then, we're taking notes, make sure you're noting and I'm noting. We're recording so we can go back and hear some of the answers and be able to make sure we're tapping on both, on everything, leave nothing unturned, so that we can get to a place where you are able to manage, right? You're able to see what you have coming in, and you're able to see what you have going out. And then if there's a shortfall here, that's why I come in with suggestions, with resources, with business opportunities, that kind of help you fill that gap. Because a lot of times, if you have more months than money, like they say, you have more bills than you got money coming in, honey, you need more money coming in. Okay. And
Absolutely.
then sometimes you need to cut out some things, and sometimes you need to pay off some debt. It's whatever the situation is. We talk about it. We write out a plan. I help people write their money plan. Now, this is something that they can take with them. They can continue with it, keep it going. Again, I'm here for support and accountability. So what I do is I reach back out, once our time is over. I normally do 3 months, 6 months, and I rarely do a whole year, because that's just long term. I want people to catch it in those 3 months to 6 months, and then those next 6 months of the year, do it on your own. But if you
Hmm.
need me, I'm here.
Yes.
But take that plan that we come up with and implement it. Now, that's another thing. You can't just do the plan and not implement it. It's
Hmm.
just like having a budget and you're not living by the budget. That's why you're not getting anywhere. So I kind of instill that in people and be like, this is what you got to do. You got to, again, make that date with your money. If you're not sitting down once a week for at least an hour with your money, you're not
You
going to be
don't love it. You don't
successful.
love your money as much as you say you do.
That part, sis, that
You
part.
won't even look at your money. You don't love it as much as you think you do.
Yes, yes. So I'm very, I don't really have a cookie cutter program. It's very unique to each individual. So once I get someone on my calendar and we sit and talk, we work out a plan of action. And it's
I
all
love
about that action part. You got to take action, implement it, and let's see what happens.
I love it. Listen, you guys, you've got the information for Lisa. I've been running her social media handles. You've got the website that you can connect with her. You can learn more about her. So this way you put her in your tool belt. You've got the resource, you've got the support available to you, so you can start to change your relationship, or you can improve, you can make better your relationship with money. So Lisa has given us some free tips, right here on this podcast. She's given us some free tips. She's talked to you about the coaching program that she has available, because maybe you need more, and chances are truly you do need more. So you don't just need this little appetizer, you need to work with her more so you really can get a handle over your money management, because it matters. Now, I know sometimes people are on a spectrum. You've already identified that everybody's finances are different. So right here, right now, you're offering some free tips. I mean, that's affordable to everyone. You also told us about your coaching program, which we're going to put on the other end of the spectrum. So people might say, well, I really can't afford the coaching program. Well, Lisa's got something right here in the middle for you. Lisa, tell us about these books that you have, please.
Oh wow, thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm actually a three-time author. My first
Woo!
two books was collaboration books, but
Good.
this is my baby right here. This is my
Yes.
solo project, Finding Favor with Your Finances. Okay, this is 7 principles to get you to financial security. Okay, and not only is it 7 principles, it's 7 biblical principles. Okay, because I am a Christian, I'm a daughter of the Most High King, Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Come
So
on.
listen, I use biblical principles in my financial education and financial coaching, because I truly believe God wants better for us and our money while we're here on earth. So my book is Finding Favor, and that's that favor of God
Yes.
in your finances, okay? Because God wants us to be favored. He has favor for his children, for his daughters here on earth. So this is kind of like my story, It's 7 chapters, 7 principles, and I break down what I went through in my finances as well as what I learned that I am also sharing with you. So grab your copy. It is on Amazon
Love
as
it.
well as you can grab a copy from me if you want to get in touch with me. But along with it, I also have a money planner. Let me. Whoop, sorry about that. Had to grab that. This is the
Yes.
planner. Okay,
Oh, I love it.
it's a little different. I got my background on, so it's probably not gonna come through.
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
There you go.
So this is the planner, finding favor with your finances, money planner. And inside the planner is monthly. It's broke down to every month. Every month I have a money affirmation and a scripture that you
Mhm.
can read, that you can meditate on, that you can pray over and ask God to bless your finances. And then, of course, there's a place for all your income where you can write down every dime of money that you have
Ooh,
coming in, okay? You got to see it all down to the penny, okay? And
yes.
then it has a place for all your expenses, all your utilities, all your bills, all your credits, all your loans, whatever you got. You need to write it down so you can see it. And then there's a place in here that you can add and subtract, and you can see if you have any left over. If you ain't got none left over, that's what we're gonna work on, right?
Yes.
So this is the planner, so you can get both, or you can get one, or either one, but it's perfect if you have it together so
Yes.
that you can read my story and then you can start implementing the taking the action with the planner. Okay, so both are available on Amazon. These are my passion projects right here. It took me over a year to write this book because I didn't think I could write it. I didn't think I could really tell my story in a book, but God said no. Yeah, you can. So
Yes.
let's do this. So yeah, very excited about this book. If you want to grab your copy, they're $20 on Amazon. So definitely do that. And that's a start. Start there. Like what Shaniqua said. If you can't feel like you can't afford a program or a coaching program, then start with the book.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the book. Start listening to my broadcast on YouTube, where I come on every week with money motivation every Monday night, and kind of give you some motivation and inspiration along this financial journey, because I know it's not easy, but we can get through it.
Yes.
So thank you so much for letting me talk about my book.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, I actually want everybody, as much as I love to generate sales on Amazon, I really want everyone to go to your website. Go to the
Okay.
bit.ly/, money moment. So this way they are connecting directly with you. I want people to be able to purchase the books directly from you, because now this way you've got a hold on them. On Amazon, it's kind of like a hit and miss. Like we don't know, we can't love on you, we can't nurture you from those Amazon sales. But if you go directly to the website, if you follow Lisa on social media, you DM her, you connect with her, and you actually get the books from her, now you are getting that support. Now you're in her viewpoint, and now she can reach back on, she can love you, she can hold your hand, and she can get you through building this money relationship that we're all biblically principle. It's written in the word that
It
we're all
is.
supposed to be walking in. So Lisa, thank you so much for being a blessing to all of us and coming
Thank
and
you.
sharing some advice about money, because we
No,
love money. We love it, love it, love it.
we do. We do. Thank you so much for having me. I have
You're
thoroughly enjoyed
welcome.
our conversation.
Now, Lisa, hang out for just a bit. Let me give the people their marching orders. Listen, that was so good. I don't know what else I can say. You all have to understand that a part of your well-being is making certain that you're operating, functioning well in every area, every aspect of your life. There's actually anywhere from 12 to 15 areas of your life. And of course, your relationship with money is an important important one. So I want to make certain that you all are connecting with Lisa. She's here on YouTube. Y'all here on YouTube. You might as well go and look for her right after this. I'll have all of her information right in the description box. You'll be able to follow up with her, connect with her, and start to improve your relationship with money. So I invite you all to subscribe to my channel, Shaniqua Inspires, and make certain that you're sharing this message out with everyone. Because you know some people who need some help with their money. Because they always calling you thinking you got money and trying to borrow it from you. So you want to be able to redirect them to a powerful source with your new friend, Lisa. So you all make certain that you're sharing this message out, you're subscribing, and you're continuing to come back to the next week for the next segment of the Black Girl Encourage Her. Until then, you all be abundantly blessed and well. Take care.